So as you know that this channel is a manifestation channel. It's a self-help restoration channel. A channel to help you self-evolve to reach your true potential, your self-sufficiency. This channel won't just include woo-woo type of airy-fairy, mystical, far into the sky type of stories or advice that's never achievable. We want to give you practical, real life, true and used, applicable skills, targeted skills that have definite results. Now, this whole talk about sexual transmutation. This whole talk about sexual transmutation and the likewise things related to sexual transmutation. You'll see that in tandem with semen or seed retention. So if a person has a YouTube channel promoting and speaking about things like Think and Grow Rich, which teaches about sexual transmutation and likewise seed retention, there are to some extent misleading you, and you know it per se. You see, sexual transmutation is weaved into what I call Masochist transmutation, pain transmutation. All of us going through life have our different experiences, whether as a 12-year-old, 20-year-old, high school, college, you experience this greater and smaller degrees of trauma, pain. We have the fight and flight, where you're either running away from pain or running towards pleasure. Now, if we're running towards pleasure, we are likewise running away from pain. It's opposite sides of the same coin, the two sides of the pendulum. If you are not experiencing pleasure, then you may be experiencing pain. So if you're experiencing pain and no human wants to do that, then they're going to do what they can do in order to experience pleasure, you see. Now, I believe that pain, trauma, negative experiences, negative emotions, discomfort, stress, all these things everybody experiences on a daily basis to greater and lower degrees, is a greater motivator, is a greater energizer to push you, to drive you consciously and unconsciously towards your goal and destination. So when certain people talk about sexual transmutation, it's utilizing your sexual drive and perceived lust. But even a 12 or 20-year-old does not have 24/7 burning lust and sexual drive in order to continuously drive them to their goals and dreams. You are not simply, hey, I'm going to stream daily, post content daily, work towards a goal, work towards a business, work 80 hours a week, put in tons of hours, study nonstop for this license, that license, just for a sexual gratification. You may wake up, you may experience small bursts of that, but it's not on a continuous basis. It's not a continuous thing 24/7. Now, we can say that for the other thing is that people may have emotional memories and stress and trauma that plague them daily in oscillating throughout the day. You see, these things, I would say, and you can know and attest to this, is more potent, far more potent than lust and sexual drive. Pain, trauma, stress is more potent than sexual drive and lust. If you are experiencing pain in your body, say you broke your arm, or say that you fell on a knife, you're bleeding, you're more likely going to go to the hospital immediately, seek help. You're going to want relief. Whereas if you wake up and you're feeling lustful, or you see the opposite sex and you're attracted, you may not approach that person. You may not do anything about it. It's not going to drive you to the hospital. It's not going to drive you to action, you see. But if you experience pain, trauma, stress, discomfort, it's going to drive you to action, you see. So a beautiful part about this is that these things are part of our lives that we accumulate, unfortunately, throughout our lives, where we may be born in a non-rich, poor society, a poor family, you see. And we are born in these situations or acquire these things throughout our lifespan, trauma situations that may affect you negatively and leave lasting and lingering emotions and memories that plague you for decades to come. And it's something that you haven't healed from. These things continuously reverberate, echo in your mind, in your body. You feel it. It's not just a physical thing. And it's not just it's not just a mental thing. The mental trauma, the stress, the mental pain also translates time and time to physical pain as well. It can become physical pain. It can affect your life and cause negative consequences based on that trauma. So a beautiful part about that is that we need to utilize that pain, that trauma, that stress, the negative experiences in the past, and transmute that to positive things. Utilize the energy of that pain, the energy of that trauma, the energy of those negative experiences that still exist in the ether, in the timeless realm, and transmute, change that energy, that negative energy, the negative pain, to a positive energy, to a positive outcome. And with the drive of that pain, you can accomplish your goals much quicker, trust me, than semen or seed retention or sexual transmutation. Sure, all of us have a driving force. All of creation is created by, all of creation has a sexual element to it. The world and all of humans continuously procreate based on that sexual drive. So humanity continues to exist and evolve based on sexual drive. But think about when a woman gets pregnant, she goes through 9 months of pregnancy. That is painful. It is in that pain, in the labor pains, that continuously, exponentially continue each month in its frequency, that she pushes the baby out, the life out from that pain. The pain causes her to push. You see, it is the pain that causes you to push the trauma, the stress, the discomfort, what you don't like about your life causes you to push. You see, it is not the lack of sex, it's not your sexual drive per se. It's going to cause you to push. Yes, it's energy. You get a lot of energy. Males get a lot of energy. That testosterone gets a lot of energy to push you. But that is a subset of your general experience, which you have wants, desires, and needs. And the greatest need is not sex. The greatest need is comfort, and to clothe yourself And to be warm, if you are out in the cold or the heat, exposed to elements, are you going to be thinking about sex? I don't think so. You're going to be thinking about how you can get in a place, how to get a roof over your head, how to get food in your body. Well, it is the pain of going in without food, the pain of going in hunger, the pain of going homeless, the pain of not having a job, the pain of not achieving your goals by this milestone date. It's the pain of that that drives you to greatness. So that's something that we're going to cover on this channel is taking a spin, a different look to the whole art of alchemy, transmutation, not so much seed retention. Because the thing is, there's a law called, okay, there's a law, I'm coining the law of systems. The reason I say that seed retention is it can help, but really, what is it really doing? It's causing you to focus more on things that matter. It causes you to focus more on applying yourself into systems. So you take a person, group 1, group B, group A, group B, group 1 or group B, group 2, group A or group B. You take two people, you have one that's on semen, seed retention, and one that's not. The one that's not is applying him or herself into systems, applications, law, procedures, studying, applying to jobs, improving skills, showing up, networking, doing everything possible, direct application to his goals. That person, group B, is more likely going to see the benefits that one would think would come from sexual transmutation, or one would think would come from seed retention, than the person that does seed retention alone without application of systems and being plugged into systems. The people that say that seed retention helps them and they use sexual transmutation, they may or may not tell you that they had a 6-figure job. They invested into stocks, real estate, crypto. They had a network that they partnered with. They created this business, that business. That is how they were successful. It wasn't so much the seed retention. Yes, that helped them to focus and not putting all their time into things that didn't yield results, but it was putting their time in things that yielded results, real life applicable systems that cause the application, that cause the goals, the manifestation of the goals that they wanted to come into fruition. It wasn't per se the seed retention. It was the application of those goals. There was the action. It was plugging into systems, laws, procedures. It's plugging into these things, you see. So with the masochist transmutation, pain, transmuting that pain, that negative experience, where you want to be in life, does where you want to be in life haunt you that much, cause that much internal pain, cause you to cry and shed a tear, but you want this that bad. If that causes you that much pain, you're going to be driven to accomplish it. And you have to remember that every single day, every second of the day. It's not so much the sexual drive. It is the drive away from pain to pleasure, you see. So, in addition to that is the art of what the alchemy, the art of this alchemist method. But we're also going to be showing you the systems that can be utilized. One, which we're on YouTube, social media, TikTok. Utilize that to raise your audience, to reach more people, to sell a course, to receive commissions. These are various ways to make money, as well as trading, teaching you how to trade, where to trade, when to trade, what to trade, as well as real estate, different affiliate marketing, and business creation, wealth creating techniques. It's important to get plugged into systems, working smarter, not harder. Just practicing seed retention without working smarter will have you just being on seed retention for years and nothing coming from that other than you simply not ejaculating. Sure, spiritually it's good for that, but what is your goals? Your goals is to accomplish XYZ, to become a millionaire by a certain age, in order to buy a Lambo and move into a penthouse. What is your goals? You see, pain is a greater motivator than a sexual drive. I think everybody can attest to that, whether you believe it or not. Sure, we continuously have humans on the earth because of a sexual drive, but it is the pain that pushes the baby out. It is the pain is the driving factor, and whatever pain that's in your life, whatever stress, whatever discomfort, whatever trauma, this is what will get you to your next destination. And it's by applying the systems from that drive, that of pain, applying into systems, being plugged into lucrative systems, then you achieve those goals. That is the law of systems. It's no longer the law of attraction. We have the law of attraction, we have the law of assumption, believing as if, acting as if. But you need to believe as if, act as if, as well as have the law of systems and applying yourself to profitable networks and systems and platforms. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.